Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a New Year's Eve tutorial using my Real Techniques brushes and sponge. And so let's get started. I'm going to be using the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation using my Miracle Complexion Sponge. So I'm just going to dab this all over my face and work it into my skin. So another thing about this tutorial, I am also trying out a cut crease for the first time, and it was very tough to try. I think I should have definitely tried it out beforehand before like actually just jumping into the tutorial rather than, you know, practicing first and then trying it out. Now I'm going to start on my eyebrows using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in Granite. So I'm just gonna brush out my eyebrows to the way that I would like them to be shaped, and then I'm gonna go in and start filling them in. So now I'm going to clean up my eyebrows using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Pro Pencil. And I'm just going to apply this on underneath each brow. And then I'm going to kind of work it in to kind of clean up the edges and catch any stray, I guess, markings or anything that I've done, just to clean it up some. Next, I'm going to put primer on my eyelids. I'm using the Urban Decay eye primer, and this is probably my favorite one. It's probably the one that I've used the most. I've tried a few, and this one seems to work the best to me, leaving no creases, and it gets me through the day. So I'm applying it all over my lid, and I'm just going to work it in, and then we'll get started on that infamous cut crease that I tried. I'm using the Venus palette first on my brow bone, and I'm going to be using the shade Aurora. I can't really say the order that well, but Aurora. I'm using that on my brow bone, and I'm just going to apply it on both brows just to give it that pop of color. Next, I'm using my Master Palette by Mario from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I am going to be applying Kim in my crease area and also Violetta to kind of give it a little more definition. Next, I'm going to take my Urban Decay 24/7 pencil, and I'm going to draw my crease line. I can't remember the name of this one. It was a sample that I found, and now I've managed to lose it, but it was like a really dark amethyst color, and so I just drew actually on my crease bone, like where my socket is. I just kind of drew a line around that so it would give me the line that I would like. Next, I'm going to pull back out my Venus palette, and I'm going to use the shade Icon to kind of blend in that harsh line that is there to create kind of a more airbrushed effect on this cut crease. So it started looking really good from this point. However, I took a huge turn when my camera overheated, so you can't really see how much time I took just to do the next step. So it'll kind of just cut into where you can already see I've created the cut crease, and then I'm just kind of cleaning it up. So in order to do that step, I use the Giorgio Armani Eye Tint in shade 24. And I took it and went into my entire lid and kind of make sure I kept like a, you know, a very contrasting line. So now to create the colors that I wanted, I was using the NYC Muse from my Makeup by Mario palette, and I had this idea that I wanted to do like kind of a gradient thing where it's kind of ombre from a darker shade to a lighter shade, and somehow that failed miserably once again. But it started off, I think my lighting really threw me off and it just looked so much brighter and like it really wasn't working. But now that I see it here, I'm like, oh well, it would have been fine had I left it alone. But anyways, it turned out still pretty good. It was a little lighter than what I would have wanted it to be, but you could see that I really got it down pat. So next, I jumped over to my Anastasia Beverly Hills Self-Made palette, and I am using the pink champagne color in my inner corners of my eye, just to give it a more pop of a color. Now I am getting ready for my eyeliner. I am using Tarte Tarteist eyeliner. It's a clay eyeliner, and it's in black. And just giving myself a nice wing tip. So it turned out okay. I'm very happy the way it turned out. Now I'm gonna apply lashes. I am using my Lily Lashes Glam Collection. Lashes are probably my least favorite thing to do. I just always have a hard time putting them on. They're a pain sometimes, but they're fun and pretty afterwards. Now I'm going to start contouring my face. I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Kit, and I am applying my coral color for just to get rid of a couple dark spots and like under eye circles, and I'm just going to blend that in and just, you know, take care of that problem. Next, I'm going to apply the Cinnamon shade, and I'm going to apply that down my nose and on my forehead and on my chin and areas like underneath where I want to set my contour color. Then for my eye, under my eyes, I'm going to use the nude shade. So after I'm done applying that, I'm going to take Crop and I'm going to apply that in the contour areas that I would like it to be. So around my temples of my forehead, my cheekbones, down my nose, and a little under my jawline. And blend it in with my complexion sponge from Nail Technique. Now I'm going to apply my Laura Mercier powder underneath my eyes to set it. Get a little baking action going on. I'm going to also take just a little bit down my nose and on my forehead. I tend to get really oily, so to kind of keep that under control, I just like to let it set in. Now I am going to take my contour kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills, the powder form, and I am going to start taking my lightest shade and working it into the areas that I put powder on. That way I don't get that white shadow cast. After I'm done doing that, I am going to take my darkest shade and I'm going to set my contour cream shade that I have going on. You can see me like talking. It's my fiance that's always interrupting my videos, but I still love him. I'm going to apply blush using my NARS Tiles color. Then I'm going to clean up some areas using my Cover FX Pressed Mineral Foundation and just kind of dab it out and blend in areas. Now I'm going to apply my highlight using Becca Shimmer Skin Perfector. in rose quartz. It was a limited edition color, and unfortunately I don't think they make it anymore or have. I like on a whim was able to get mine. So you can search for it and see if you can find it somewhere, but it's such a beautiful shade. So now I'm gonna set my face, spray on a little setting spray, fan it out, and I'm gonna apply my Essential Co Giorgio Armani mascara. And then last, I'm gonna put on a liquid lipstick by Kylie Cosmetics in Mary Jo. Gotta have a red lip for New Year's Eve, right? So there you go. I hope you loved this video. If you do, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure you also hit the like button. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Pouts, and I will check you guys later. Happy New Year's.